All these strategies that I just discussed, avoid, mitigate, transfer for negative, exploit, enhance, share for the positive. They are proactive strategies. Welcome to Tips and Tricks Series 3. Okay, we have discussed a lot of things as of now. Today I wanted to discuss a few things about the team topic and maybe revise something about communication as well as stakeholders topic. Okay, so I guess we discussed 34 tips before, so let's start with the 35 tips. Even the teams are virtually distributed, globally dispersed all over the world. Whenever the question says that there's a communication problem, tries to co-locate to them. Co-locate them, put them, all of them in one location, in one direction, at one place. Even for a kickoff meeting, even for one time, if you can do that, that increase their productivity, that increase their efficiency. So putting them together at one place can be a very important thing. So whenever there's a communication issue, look at if you can do the co-location, and co-location can actually helps you immensely. Yeah, so that can be a good way to do that, co-locate them. If you are looking, if the question says that you are not sure when the team members will be available or any of the resource, when that patent resource will be available, the right answer would be resource calendar in the option. Resource calendar, or if the resource calendar is not in the option, then the project schedule. Resource calendar should be the number one priority. The second thing would be project schedule, because that thing has this information. Okay. Now sometimes the problem comes that one team member is senior and the other team member is junior, and or it can something be like that, the senior team member has left the organization and you hire the junior team member. Always mentor him, train him. This goes back to the servant leadership mentality that the PMI talks about. This goes back to the one of the most important concept of PMP, which is servant leadership. But there's a catch here. Let's say the project is running behind schedule and the team member left that. So what should you do? Should you hire the less experienced team member and mentor him, or you hire a more experienced? Here in this scenario, we don't want to train him, we want to hire more experience, because at the end of the day, project is more important than anything else. If you keep training the project, if you keep pampering them, and at the end of the day the project is not successful, you are not successful. So the project is more important when it comes to this thing. So these are the important tips and tricks. I hope you are taking notes about it. I hope you are understanding it. When you are moving from predictive to agile, or agile back to predictive, like how would you convince the people? You can convince them with the past projects of your organization. If your organization is new, you can benchmark and show them the other market projects which has produced good results because of these patent thing. That can be thing. Or you can do a pilot project. Let's say the organization is a $100 billion organization. You do a 1 million project and show that successfully, and then you worked into that way. Continuum of the same thing. When you are implementing that, of course, to the pilot project, but first implement some of the practices, like implement Scrum, daily stand-up. That's a kind of a thing. I actually do that whenever I go to a new organization, construction, predictive, we do daily stand-up. When you do daily stand-up, people see the efficiency, effectiveness of that, and then they start listening to you. First implement some of the good practices, and then you implement the complete Scrum, and you see it along the way. Whenever the question says that the customer want to add any user story and the sprint is in running, the sprint is working, so the user story can be added there. But here normally the product owner is the only responsible person, but here product owner need to talk to the team and tell the team and get their consensus And since the velocity of the cannot be changed, since the length of the sprint cannot be changed, we will remove some less prioritized thing and add some more prioritization thing. Anything can be added at any time, because respond to the change is one of the value of the agile. So that is important. We can add anything at any time, but we need the approval of the team else also. Of course, product owner decides what is the value in Scrum without any doubt. He can cancel the sprint. Okay, he can cancel the sprint, and the team decides the velocity, team decides the effort, and Scrum Master will look it along the way. These are 3 roles. I thought just to share it with you. In Agile, whenever you want to share reports or communication, the stakeholders want the report. Don't send them the communication plan. Don't send them any report. Refer them to the information radiators. We have a task board, Kanban board for this patent purpose. That task board, Kanban board will show you the information, what information is in this project. These are all important things you need to know. Whenever you are giving task to any team member, understand their strengths and provide them the task according to their strengths. What are their strengths, and work into that and provide the work according to their strengths. These are some of the questions that you will be looking at the team topic or agile. That is kind of a mixed thing. If the agile team is having any difficulty, if the stakeholder is arguing in the meeting, if any team member is not performing well, then look at the team charter. That can be called as a social contract in the question or the working agreement. Look at the team charter. The team charter will talk about how you handle these patent things, how you handle the conflict, decisions. All these things should be in social contract, team charter. Please understand that many people confuses team charter with project charter. Project charter is a high level information. Team charter is a specific information, how the working agreement, how the teams will do the work, their social agreement, how the things will happen. A subset of a team charter is ground rules. It has only guidelines how the team should follow, means how they should respect how they should start at time, and at time they should not use a mobile, things like that comes under the ground rules. Okay, there's a document that is called RACI, and then there's a document that is called RAM. RACI document basically talks about responsibility, accountability, consult, inform. RAM is only responsibility. Whenever the question asks who is responsible for a patent thing, always look for RACI or RAM to understand the context of the question, where the team members are coming from. This is an important thing. Always look into that, how the team members are working, and this will help you. So we discussed 10 tips. So we have reached 45. I'll keep adding to that whenever I solve the questions. Like yesterday we had a premium coaching call with the batch 6 student, and I learned some of the things that they should know. So I am making notes here. Whenever I learn something new, I add to it, and we keep on adding these things, and I will keep doing that thing. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about is in the risk. I'll add one more. In the risk response strategies, you see, avoid, mitigate, transfer in the negative risk, exploit, enhance, share in the positive opportunity. These are proactive response strategy. Means before even that trigger happens, you handle these risks. Whereas acceptance is basically you say, okay, let this risk happen and then we will do it. One more time, all these strategies that I just discussed, avoid, mitigate, transfer for negative, exploit, enhance, share for the positive. They are proactive strategies. You take action even before the risk occurred, even before the trigger happened. They are proactive strategy. The reactive, I would say acceptance, both active and passive. In active acceptance, you identify the risk, you let it happen, the trigger happens, you have a contingency plan for it. Okay, so this is an important thing to understand. I hope you are loving this series. If you are, put in the comment which of this point is critical for you, and do put in the comments what you want to learn more about, which tips and trick, or you can give me some tips which I can add to the next video. I will be more than happy to do that. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. And if you haven't watched the previous videos, I am adding here at the end screen. Have a look at that. Bye bye.